Hey, what's up? Piz out here. And I've returned from Scarefest 2011 in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. I've had a good night's sleep from the day that I spent up there having a blast, and I needed it. An exhausting time. I've just about fully recovered. I think a couple of more days of rest. And I should be back to just about 100%. But it's a very fun show. Met a bunch of cool celebrities, got a bunch of stuff signed. Hung out with a lot of really cool people, and I'm going to talk about it. Going to show some of my stuff off. Going to talk about. Going to reserve the last little bit of the video to do kind of an angry rant on some trends that I see developing at conventions that I think are very detrimental to the fans and to just the convention scene in general. But the thing I like about Scarefest is the location. I mean, it's a great location to have a convention in. It's very, it's a convention center, it's a hotel, it's a shopping mall, all together. So I mean, if you want to go to the convention, you know, it's there, plenty of room. There was a lot of people, there's a lot of celebrities, a lot of, a lot of merchants. But there's plenty of room. It's great. You never get that feeling like, oh my God, they're crowding in on me like I got it at Fright Night. You know, it was all there. It felt put together well. It was definitely organized well. If you want to go shopping, go to the mall. You want to go out and get something to eat, there's the food court. You know, you want to go back to your room, you just gotta, it's right there. You want to buy a Toyota, there's even a Toyota dealership inside there. So I mean, it's just a one-stop shop. So very good location, very good location. Just, the thing that I'm really enjoying the most about the conventions, the last two conventions that I went to, Fright Night and Scarefest, is meeting people there that I know through YouTube. People like, B. West Jr. from Endurance Productions, Ryan 1988, Douglander, the Deadpit guys, of course. I met Davemania this year. I met Crater this year. Met Jesco, Uncle Bill's better half. So always have a fun time hanging out with them. That's quickly becoming my favorite part of the convention scene, is just meeting people, just meeting people who, know you from YouTube, like saying, hey, you pass by somebody, it's like, hey, love your videos, I watch them all the time, I think they're great, they help me pass the time at work, stuff like that. So that's really cool. And you can't always have a positive time with celebrities there, but you can always sort of have a positive time, hanging out with friends and acquaintances there. So yeah, that's quickly become my favorite part of the convention scene. But let me show off some of the stuff that I got signed. I've already got these framed. If you saw my Scarefest 2011 unboxing, you've seen these posters and stuff, or most of these posters. Just went ahead and got these signed. I think the first person that I met, the first celebrity, was Zach Galligan. Got him to sign my waxwork mini poster here. He was, if I can frame it up just right, he was pretty cool. Maybe a little bit too cool. Yeah, Zach Galligan from Waxwork, from of course the great Gremlins. So that was pretty cool. It was funny. I was reading his bio in the little Scarefest, little Scarefest magazine that they were giving out, that B. West had, and it was kind of funny the way they were talking about him. It was like, it was like he had it all, but then something happened and he just didn't quite reach the levels of celebrityhood that he should have. Blah blah blah. So anyway, Zach Galligan. Next up, the next person I saw, well, I'm going to leave that poster for last, because that's the biggest one. Linnea Quigley, got her to sign my Return of the Living Dead mini poster. She was very cool. I can't frame these things right. She was very cool. She was very nice. For some reason, or somehow, we started talking about property values here in Kentucky, and the prices of homes and not sure how we got off on that conversation. She was telling me about having to chainsaw down like a tree in her yard, and I just imagined little tiny Linnea Quigley out in her yard in like the outfit that she's got on, which you guys will see in the pictures. I'll put at the end of the video. Little skimpy like outfit, tiny her in high heels with like a big chainsaw, sawing down a tree in her front yard. I just thought that was hilarious. But she wrote on here, Justin, I like it spooky. Love Linnea. Trash, which was her character in Return of the Living Dead. And yeah. Next up, got my Sleepaway Camp mini poster signed by Felissa Rose and Jonathan Tiersten. And I just have to say, Felissa Rose is awesome. Felissa Rose was so nice, so sweet, so warm, so welcoming. She was truly there for the fans. She only charged $10 for an autograph and for a photograph with her, and she was just there having a blast. So in the Q&A, the Sleepaway Camp Q&A that I sat in on with her and Jonathan Tiersten, when she said, I come to these conventions to have fun and meet the fans, which I'm sure most of the celebrities say that, but are completely full of shit, Felissa Rose means it. And she was awesome. She was great. Really, really enjoyed meeting her. And Jonathan Tiersten, too. He was really cool. At the end of the Sleepaway Camp Q&A, he's a musician. He played one of his songs. And it was pretty good. I mean, he's got that kind of singer, songwriter, acoustic, brooding, guy who you'd see in like a smoky, bar or coffee shop or something, writing these lovelorn, tortured, playing these lovelorn, tortured songs. But it was pretty good. So Felissa Rose to Justin, happy camping, love Felissa Rose. Jonathan Tiersten, he wrote, because I told him that like those scenes where he's cussing those guys out, which he does a lot of cussing in Sleepaway Camp, just cracks me up. So he wrote on here, to Justin, those cocksuckers keep picking on my sister, Jonathan Tiersten. That was really cool. Really cool guy. Loved meeting both of these, Jonathan Tiersten and Felissa Rose. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If you're a fan of Sleepaway, even if you're not a fan of Sleepaway Camp, and Felissa Rose is at a show near you, I highly recommend meeting her. Like I said, $10, and she's just so cool. So cool, so nice. This is part of the reason why I went to the convention, was to meet this guy and get this autograph. And funny story, I'll get to that in a minute. But Lance Henriksen, got my Near Dark mini poster signed by him, and he did something really cool on here. He signed it in the dark part down here with the silver ink, and then in the light part up here with the dark ink, to Lance Henriksen for Justin. He was really cool, really cool. Talked a little bit about Near Dark, and just, told him how much I enjoyed his films and stuff, and he was just really cool, really open. For some reason, I kind of had the feeling that he would, since it seemed like his line was just so long all day, that he was kind of maybe wanting to just, get people in and get people out. There was also some talk as over how much he was charging. Was he double dipping, charging for pictures and autographs? I mean, I was kind of a little worried about that, but $30 or 25 or 30 bucks, I can't remember, autograph, picture with him, and he was very, very cool. It was funny because I was hanging out with B West from Endurance Productions, and we were wanting to get Lance Henriksen, but his line just looked so long that finally at one point we just said, screw it, let's get in line. So we jumped in line, and this was a line that was huge. I mean, it was going to take us an hour to get up there to him. I mean, we were moving, an inch every 15 minutes. And finally I noticed something. A sign, and thank God I saw this sign. It wasn't like a big sign, it wasn't like a professionally done sign, it was just something that somebody wrote and looked like crayon or something. And thank God I saw it, thank God it didn't fall down, or somebody didn't take it down. But we were in the wrong line. So I noticed, this is how far back we were. I couldn't even see the other line to actually see Lance Henriksen. We were in a line to see one of these paranormal douchebags. So we actually, thank God, we got to move up to the front and or to what was the back of the Lance Henriksen line, what was the very front of this, paranormal douchebags line. But, we would have been standing there literally for probably an hour before we realized we are in the wrong line. And we have wasted all this time. But the thing that... there's so much paranormal crap going on at Scarefest 2, and it's unfortunate that it seems like most of the people who are there to see the paranormal crap, which to me, that whole... I'm going to do a video about this whole paranormal shit. To me, that whole thing, the paranormal investigators, the ghost hunters, all that to me is complete bullshit. I can't believe anybody pays any kind of reverence to that, believes that what these people are doing is on the level, is legit. It's total bullshit. I hate that. I hate that most of the people there, are there to see that and not to meet the real celebrities or whatever, however you define celebrity. But anyway, Lance Henriksen, awesome to meet him, awesome to get this signed. Very cool guy. Really enjoyed meeting him. Got this poster signed. I don't have a frame to put it in yet. Bill Moseley, Chop Top. He was also really cool. He had a ton of stuff with him, which I heard, which is why I didn't buy a poster or bring a poster with me for him to sign, because I knew he was going to have a bunch of stuff with him. And he was just really cool. He wrote to Justin, "Dog will hunt," Bill Moseley. Yeah, really cool. Really nice guy. I really enjoyed meeting him. He had kind of a long line when I was there, and I didn't want to, linger around too long and ask questions and kind of bother him. So I just kind of got my autograph, got my picture and kind of moved on away from him. So I really didn't get to speak to him too much. The last guy I got to speak to quite a bit. This is another reason why I wanted to go to the show. And got this big old poster here. Of course, the Crow poster that I bought. Signed by Ernie Hudson right here. Ernie was very, very cool to me. Ernie was very, very nice. We talked about The Crow. He said The Crow was his favorite movie that he'd ever done. He thought it was the best work that he'd ever done. He loves the film, but of course it's a bittersweet kind of thing considering, Brandon Lee dying on the film. So we talked about that, and was just a really cool guy, really warm, really open, really nice guy. He wrote up here, to Justin, "I hate that walking in the wind shit," which I think it's actually, the line is "walking against the wind shit," but whatever. Ernie Hudson, Officer Albright, which was his character in The Crow. So that was, half the time, when I met him, he wasn't wearing a Ghostbusters outfit. When I saw him later in the day, he was wearing a Ghostbusters outfit. I understand on Saturday, or Friday, he was also wearing a Ghostbusters outfit. So, I really enjoyed meeing him. And I'm not sure if everybody who went, particularly the people who went on Friday, can say that, but I definitely enjoyed meeting him. Glad I got this big old Crow poster signed by him. Love this movie, and I thought it was kind of weird that there was something almost cyclical about that, meeting him and Zach Galligan, and the fact that they were so close to each other. Because when I was a kid, I have such vivid memory of watching like HBO, and for some reason, like every time I would turn on HBO, it seems like there would be Gremlins followed by Ghostbusters every time. And now, of course, now that I'm older, I know pretty much HBO shows the same movies over and over again. So I guess they were doing the same thing all the way back then too. But it seems like every time I would turn on HBO, particularly when they would do like these free weekends, they would have Ghostbusters followed by Gremlins, or vice versa. But always it'd be the two back to back. So I thought that was pretty cool that I got to meet Ernie Hudson and Zach Galligan, and they were so close together at the convention. Overall, I really had a good time, really had a fun time. Very expensive. I think when I got home and I looked at what I got and the pictures that I'd taken compared to what money I'd spent, I was like, damn. But good times, you know, all the celebrities were pretty cool. The ones that I met were pretty cool. There were a few that I passed up for various reasons. And of course, hanging out with you know, everybody there, just had a real blast. Had a good time. Was worn out by the end of the day. Was gonna stay for a party. The Deadpit guys were throwing some kind of wild party. I reckon there was gonna be, you know, just women and booze and drugs flowing, and you know, even though that sounds right up my alley, you know, I just couldn't handle it. You know, I mean, I'm an old man. My partying days are behind me. I've gone on too long. Scarefest 2011 was a good time. Really had a fun time there hanging out with everybody. All the celebrities were pretty cool. There were a few that I passed up. Because the one in particular that I passed up because she was trying to do the double dip thing with professional photo opportunity, and I was like, screw that. I had a budget. I brought some money with me, and when that money ran out, I ran out. So and that's what I did. That's what I encourage you guys. Set a budget for yourself. Pick out the celebrities that you really want to meet first. And you know, if you got any excess money left over, you know, go to the second tier people that you kind of want to meet too. But when that money runs out, you know, don't run to the ATM. Just say, hey, I had a good time. I spent the money that I wanted to spend, and I'm done. I'm gone. So anyway, again, Scarefest 2011, fun time. Really enjoyed it. Got some cool stuff. I'm gonna show you guys the pictures coming up here. And if you agree with me on any of the on my angry rant, you know, please please post a comment, show support, whatever. But anyway, until next time, you guys take it easy, and peace.